Hey everyone, this is your camp counselor and state licensed fire log stacker, Brian.
And I'm also your camp counselor and also the nurse. Open up my duffel bag and you'll only see 3 items. A fish hook, floss, and a machete. Don't ask questions.
Don't get bit by a mosquito. We don't know what we're going to have to use. It's going to be one of those 3.
I'm either going to have to chop off your arm or just tie some floss around your finger and hope it falls off. We'll be fine.
One time he made me eat poison ivy, but he said it would help.
It would help with it'll help with the demons inside you.
The night terrors didn't go away; they got worse.
Before I was a nurse, I was also a shaman for the camp.
By the way, welcome to Camp Black Wax.
I am your camp counselor, shaman nurse, Jim.
I think you win. I think this is gonna be a fun contest of who's got the fun.
Who's got the most stupid job?
I did have to sit through 16 hours of the state of Illinois classes to learn how to correctly stack logs, but the shaman nurse I think takes it.
I did have to travel all the way down to like South America to sip on a very strange tea, and then I had to find myself in order to get the certification.
You ever gone on a vision quest?
Yeah, they give you like a license after the vision quest, and I'm like, where's your printer? And then they literally throw a smoke pellet at the ground and then they leave, and with questions unanswered.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What country was it in?
It was Yugoslavia.
Yes.
Yes.
The proud South American country of Yugoslavia.
But yes, campers, welcome to your first day. Your parents dropped you off at the community center where we picked you up in the Black Wax Express.
Oh yeah, nobody makes a better bus than the Illinois Department of Corrections.
No one, especially with those really strong bars. Oh man,
how many times did we break down? Only 2?
Only twice.
That's a record. I think that's a record.
Yeah, it's good. And but yeah, now you're here, and I know it's a big camp, and it's only really employed by 2 people, and you're looking at them. But we will make sure that you'll have a wonderful experience here.
Every time you see us, we're going to tell you about how licensed we are for this, how prepared we are. Jim's not going to be just your nurse. He'll do so much more than that. He drove us here.
Yeah.
I fixed the bus.
Totally.
I hit stuff with a wrench, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't.
It's like I'm not state licensed in everything.
I'm not licensed, period.
You mean as like a citizen
Not
or like
even,
a driver?
No.
Do you legally exist?
Don't tell anyone.
I have no birth certificate.
I'm on the internet. I live on the internet.
Sometimes, you go on the deep web and you buy a personality. For the past couple of years, you've been Jim.
Yeah.
You never know
who knows who I'm going to be next year.
Speaking of people on the internet,
Christ.
I do want to give a shout out to the very real person of our friend Fredo and his ever-evolving studios.
Heck yeah.
For the phenomenal logo that he's provided us with.
Fredo, thank you so much. It's super
looks so
cool.
Good.
I have dabbled in logo making, and he always nails it. Like every time.
I don't know if you saw the drafts I sent him.
Yeah.
The very awful, I'm not saying that, you need Photoshop to get stuff done, but don't ever try to make it on Microsoft Word.
Nope.
It looked so bad. I loved it.
It is it does have a charm to it though.
Oh yeah. Know? Yeah, there's that's what this camp's all about, right? Charm of being.
Sure, there's no roofs on the cabins, and is it really even a cabin anymore without a roof?
It's 3 walls.
Is it just like a mini fort at that point? Because a fort is just a roofless building.
Before we build the roof, we're gonna build what do they call those? Like a trebuchet or a turret?
Yes.
We're gonna build a turret on the corner so that we can watch as the wildlife comes in and tries to.
Have you ever slain a deer with a javelin that's 50 feet long?
I will mention I'm not gonna say that I'm the state licensed javelin maker, but I can make a pretty good.
He makes a mean javelin.
Yeah, you can throw that thing couple hundred feet.
His nickname in high school is Sammy Sharpsticks. I
killed people.
I murdered several men.
Hey, manslaughter. I manslaughter.
There was one time a year or 2 ago. When bars were actually still open. I was there and I was with my buddy, and we were just sitting there. There's this woman with 1,000-yard stare, just staring at everyone. And she was older, And my buddy's like, dude, she's gonna kill everyone in this fucker. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what her deal is. But then she hugs the owner of the bar, and then like they're taking a picture, and then she's all happy. I was like, oh, that's the bar owner's wife. And it's like, it's not murder anymore. It's just domestic violence.
Oh
at that
God!
point.
I was gonna say it was the ghost of the owner beforehand.
Oh, jeez.
We have our fair share of ghosts here, but we can get to that.
Yeah,
later.
that's all right. Yeah, but yeah, so we're gonna gather around this here campfire and talk about some tunes, though.
Should I imitate like fire cracking noises with my
Go
mouth?
for it. Yeah, do it. Hope you all hated that as much as I
Edit
did.
that out. Just edit that out.
No,
The ASMR fans out there, I
no.
got you. What up?
What up? We have there's a whole rec hall dedicated to ASMR.
And it's state of the art. That's where all the budget went.
It's a bunch of cubs with like strings tied to them.
Do we use it to play telephone? Maybe, but we also recorded ASMR.
That used to be the communication center. Now it's the ASMR facility.
If you ever need to call 911, that's where you need to go.
Pick up the cup. Pick up the red cup.
Red cup. It's got a mile-long string that
It's
goes
like,
all
and
the
then
way
we
to
find out a
police.
raccoon's been chewing on it. We're like, we're fucked.
We're painting a pretty clear picture here.
Yeah,
You can smell
this camp's. You can smell the formaldehyde in the air
I was gonna pick which word. We'll go with formaldehyde. That's what this camp
because of
smells
the
like.
factory over the lake that we're going to be swimming in.
Oh, that's
yeah, just opened.
We have some campers leave with 3 eyes, but that's them awakening.
Yeah, you can only go to Burning Man for that kind of fucking treatment. All right, let's get to the tunes.
Yeah. The whole reason we're here. Album number 1.
The first one we chose that we thought that it would really appease the masses, and it is indeed going to be "What's Up, Pussycat" by what's his name again?
Billie Joe Armstrong.
Billie Joel Armstrong. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna be doing Billie Eilish's actually first album today.
When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Such a weird album. It's fucking cool though.
That 2 words that perfectly sum it up. If you just want to just shove it down somebody's throat and say this is what this album is, weird but cool. And not weird and cool or cool. It's weird but cool.
Yes, it's because with this kind of music, because so I was thinking about influences, and I'm not gonna say what the influences are yet, but there are. I could tell you what could go wrong. It's like when you do this kind of synthy, harmonized, sometimes high energy, kind of alternative pop, kind of. You can sound a lot like minor self-indulgence, really quick, and you kind of know. I don't want that because I don't like mindless self-indulgence personally.
I have no preference. I've never listened to them.
They're really weird, but
Sounds like it.
But Billie Eilish did this right, and she also gave us a wide variety of tunes on this thing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I want to highlight is how it's
London Calling amount of variety.
Dude, that's a good comparison.
It is.
That's a
for real.
phenomenal comparison. The influences are all over the place. I love how she walked that line that's so hard of this is artistically pleasing. It's not it's just whatever I needed to pump out my big hits. This isn't Ariana Grande's next album. But it's not so weird that she just had no chance to get famous off of it.
Yeah.
It's that perfect mix of this is weird but still accessible, and then at the same time you can enjoy the artistry behind it. Every song you're I think the biggest thing to highlight is the production of it. I've never thought so much about production.
Production is insane, and it's so minimal. I mean, here's the thing. I didn't look too far into the background.
Yeah.
I know that they started on very small beginnings.
Oh,
SoundCloud.
The whole album was done in a bedroom.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And I also, aren't these songs older than 2019? Didn't the album kind of come out a little later than the songs kind of did?
She might have released some singles. I apologize. I do not know that for sure.
I'm pretty sure, I heard...
Bad Guy was probably 2018, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Fall of 18?
I can't remember Bad Guy being in 2019.
Yeah. No, I think it was
that
18.
was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was everywhere. And
it's catchy as fuck.
We'll talk about that. But But yeah, honestly, wide variety of tunes. Like, because something we're going to do is like we're going to talk about if we like them or if we dislike them. It's kind of weird because I don't know if I like some of these songs or dislike them.
Which I think that's the biggest thing of it, is she took catchy stuff and then also combined it with like, this makes me uncomfortable, but also intrigued. It's like watching a car crash. You're like, I'm not gonna look away until you're done.
I compare this music to if like Junji Ito like made music.
We gotta talk about what we're gonna reference because I don't know what that is.
Junji Ito?
No.
Am I pronouncing his name right? Man, I might have to edit this.
While he's looking that up, I'll let you know that this album won 7 Grammys, which...
Did it really?
Yeah. Everything from, like... she won, like, the Big Four, which is Record, Album, Song of the Year, and then Best New Artist. But it also got Best Pop Vocal Album, obviously Best Engineered, Non-Classical, and then Producer of the Year, too, for Phineas, her brother.
Yeah.
Which, that guy intrigues me just as much as her.
I want to know, like, not more. I just want to, like... I want to also see how he ticks. Also, it is Junji Ito. I just had to like make sure. Junji Ito is a horror manga artist, and I'm not really.
I do know him.
Where it's like some of his stuff is not necessarily scary. It's just so off-putting.
In terms of like the elements of music that I want to like say are like so well done here. Lyrics, I think were done so well. The melodies are catchy as hell, and the rhythm of stuff. Like, the beats for a lot of songs, like Bad Guy, My Strange Addiction, Ilo Milo, I think is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Those have all phenomenal beats. And then, like, the number one line that sticks in my head for, like, rhythm of, like, speaking and, like, singing and all that, preferred sexual orientation should not be a smooth line. That's so clunky and long, and there's so many syllables.
It works.
It works so well.
Yeah.
It's like, how did you write that?
And it's not like she's not doing it like how like the front bottoms will make lines where they just
make it
shove it in there, but like it works. But you're also knowing what you're getting with that.
Yeah,
you know?
they're like almost sarcastic music of like, we know this sounds weird as hell, but like you're gonna enjoy it because you're here for that like counterculture, that's what she does. Is she's counterculture, but at the same time she is culture now. It's so weird.
Yep. It is kind of weird because like you almost can't put it in a word because it's like when the counterculture becomes the culture, it's no longer the counterculture,
i.e. Nirvana,
and Kurt Cobain was pissed about that.
Yeah.
And I definitely think we're going through this weird pop change.
Oh, I mean, I could talk. I have this whole theory about how like decades are just, there's a mix of like you want one thing, so then that's what happens, and then the opposite of that, so you just kind of flip-flop back and forth between the bright and the dark. But then also like there's nostalgia. And you could talk about all the 80s movies that talk about 50s nostalgia. And now 30 years later after that, we have all that 80s nostalgia built up, and it influences movies and music and TV shows and everything.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I kind of like where this is going because I normally, here's the thing. And like as this podcast goes on, you're definitely going to start noticing like a pattern of my music taste versus Brian's music taste.
Oh, boy.
Brian, would you consider me a fan of pop?
No, other than the song "I Think We're Alone Now" by Tiffany, I don't think I can name a single song.
It's my guilty pleasure. I do have another I do have some guilty pleasures.
Oh yeah,
but none of these are them. If you're gonna make fun of me for like jamming out to Bad Guy, I'm gonna like kick you in the throat. I'm like, it's a good fucking song.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm not really a big fan of pop. But this, I don't know if I'll consider it pop. It's popular.
It's popular music with electronic noises, which is basically
electronic
pop.
noises.
And it's catchy, too.
It's a printer and a fax machine making sweet love in the background.
It's dark pop.
Just crashing into each other. It's like they're on two big strings and then they just like collide into one another. And
it's like a science project. What's those balls called that hit each other and transfer the
psychology balls?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like that, but with fax machines.
It only happens once, maybe twice.
There's no way that works.
It's just parts everywhere.
If anybody has extra fax machines and wants to do that for us and let us know if it still works with other objects other than perfectly round metallic balls, let us know.
Let us know in the comments below.
Or do science experiments here too.
Yeah. There's a whole field for that.
What I'm noticing as we're going on through this podcast is a huge dichotomy of like talking about like the state of music and this good in-depth discussion, and then we followed up with a sex joke about fax machines crashing into each other. It's great.
I'm also gonna love, as far as this podcast goes, it's like, how big is this camp?
You know how much land Walt Disney bought?
Yeah.
We had a founder that had that much money, but was not as successful in any stretch of the means. So we have a lot of open land, and like, you know, the animals have started to take it over, and we have to like fight back, but like we just don't have the manpower. You know, like the feeling of the Wall in Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Where there's just this huge job in front of us, but there's just not that many people.
No.
And there's so many convicts, you know?
There's so many convicts. And they're all like, ever since they all broke out last summer, and they only found half of them in the woods still. And now they're actually all banding together as like this tribe of people living off the land.
Hence why I had to learn how to make those javelins.
Yes, exactly.
We're at war.
We're at war with the convict tribesmen.
I wish we had a video podcast, because I have a really good like 1,000-yard stare.
You do. Look at them go.
No, they can't.
I know. All right. But anyway.
Themes of this album. What do you think of the themes? It's stuff that ties it, because it absolutely is tied together. It's not a mishmash. It all fits. What are the themes?
Themes. So it's kind of weird, because like you got to kind of, it's not that you have to dig for it, but if you're just kind of surface level listening, you're gonna miss some stuff.
Absolutely.
I would definitely say like relationships are a big one.
I think that's the biggest one. It's most pervasive.
Relationships.
Yeah.
It's not just romantic. It's also just like friends. And it's like, and I think it's, and if and I could be wrong, I think it's like Billie's take on when she started gaining more popularity, what her friends started to like turn into to her.
So, are you talking about Zanny?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember reading a little bit about that. That was really interesting, because she's straight up to straight edge, I think.
I think she is, yeah.
There's no
nothing.
Yeah, the line in the song about just drinking Coke while everyone else is like getting high and vomit. Like she told this story about how like she would be hanging out with people, and like they get so drunk or high or whatever that they just vomit, and then they just go right back to partying. Like insane.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done that.
Okay.
Not the Xanny. I've never taken the Xanax a day in my life. But like, oh yeah, rallying. Yeah.
Oh, I could never.
It's fucking gross. Because the next morning you're like, wow, every part of me is disgusting, outside and inside.
See, here's another dichotomy thing of like, I related to that song a little bit. Not like my friends were insane growing up, but like that feeling of like everybody else is partying. I waited till I was 21 to drink. So like having that like I feel outside while everyone else is like, you know, getting drunk and everything. I love the contents of those lyrics. I've never heard a song that encapsulated that feeling of like, these are my friends. But she's a little bit more negative. Like, she's like, what the hell's wrong with these people? And like, I wasn't like that, but I like that it's a song in that vein.
Yeah.
Another thing with friends, I was looking into it. Do you know the rapper XXXTentacion?
Yes.
So when he died, they were friends apparently, and a lot of the songs about like dead friends, like Bury a Friend or I Love You and all that, were about him. Supposedly.
I didn't know who it was about, but I knew it was about a real person.
Yeah. It was too... I would love... We need a whole podcast just based on, like, can you write a song if you don't feel the emotions you're trying to write it for?
Dude, I have a big gripe with stuff like that.
Yeah?
Because, like, sometimes I, like, notice it, and I was like... The most famous one, in my opinion, is, like, John Lennon's Imagine, about like selling all your possessions and shit, and like, and he is a fucking millionaire, and it's like, dude, like, shut up.
Everything's okay, because all those people sang it to us in 2020 and let us know that it would be all right.
Yeah. But no, but like you feel the emotion in this album though.
Absolutely.
It's there. It's not fucking around.
And you can go a little bit too much into it, like the song. Not Goodbye.
Goodbye is like...
Listen Before I Go.
Yeah, Listen Before I Go.
That was a little too much emotion for me.
I gotta remember how that goes.
It's the real sad one. It sounds like a suicide letter.
Isn't it like really slow?
Really slow. It
Yeah.
sounds like there's raindrops and there's sirens, and
Yeah,
it sounds like she's on a rooftop.
I was not a fan of that one. Let me preface this. I do think every song on here has like some value.
Yeah, there's no...
there are some albums where I'm like, this album's great, except for that fucking song. You know, like...
Anything else on themes before we move on?
No, I mean, relationships are, in my opinion, like the biggest theme in this whole album. I also think it's like this weird kind of coming of age of like, so Billie Eilish is also homeschooled, and so she is like, her life is just very different from your typical normal American life here, like whatever that means. But like,
Well, yeah, Bad Guy came out when she was like 17, right?
yeah, and like I also just wanted to point out that like a 17-year-old is writing these songs is kind of fucking nuts.
She absolutely strikes you as the type of like the Lisa Simpson. She's too smart for her age.
Yes.
Like she's very mature, and like that. You can definitely tell that causes some problems for her.
Yeah.
Like it's a good thing, but also like she just has a lot of weight on her shoulders because she's dealing with all like these mature stuff when not she should, but like most people are just dealing with
I was like
normal.
I was just trying to get laid when I was like 17.
I hate my parents and I want to
Yeah.
sneak out of my house. Yeah. And she's like writing songs about global warming and becoming like the best new artist of the year. and
Yeah,
everything.
it's fucking
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring.
Oh yeah.
Super cool. Also, like her image too is I love it.
She nails it.
She's just herself, and I really dig that.
And I think that that's the biggest thing here. It's a very much like Lady Gaga, Madonna, Elton John cult of personality type of thing where Elton John a little bit, he changed his name and like became a whole other thing. But she's very much as confidently like, this is me, and you might find it weird, but I don't give a shit. You're going to deal with it. Like the way they start the album off. Like, what the hell was that?
I don't
That's just
know.
them messing around having fun.
It's cool, but I was also like, okay, next. Like, but I'm also not used to. So albums I listen to are mainly in the main like the rock, classic rock, folk, punk, all that. Not and you see a lot more in pop albums. They'll have like these like what I call like just like filler tracks of just like
The skits and-
getting you
yeah.
getting you in the mood, like trying to be submersive within the album instead because this is like it's. You're right. It's all connected. So you're trying to tell stories. You're trying to set a scene.
It's right before the line of concept album.
Yeah.
It's not a concept album, but it is very much tied together.
It's not
and works
Lemonade,
cohesively.
but like it's close.
It's like a coleslaw.
It's like a coleslaw.
I don't know. Like, when you
What?
just throw the shit in the...
No one likes coleslaw.
Man, it's a soup. It's a soup, Jim.
You don't even like soup.
I love soup.
What's your favorite soup?
Chicken dumpling.
It's actually a good soup.
Yeah, it's a good soup. Absolutely.
All right, that was soup talk. that was the 49th annual soup talk.
We're gonna have soup talk every time. We're gonna fit some soup talk in.
Yep, soup talk. Chicken and dumpling. Go have it. Comment at us. What's your favorite soup? Put
If
in
you
the
want the
comments.
recipe, I got a good one. Just saying.
Put in the comments your favorite soup, please.
Lyrics.
Lyrics.
Biggest surprise for me. All the good girls go to hell.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, not only is this a song which you wouldn't think with a title like that that's about global warming, but it has like this like higher up like she is pretending to be the devil, right? Talking with God about like we shouldn't help humans, like they fuck themselves, like who cares?
Yeah.
Like that's such a weird idea for a song. I love it.
It is weird. It's also like when she even mentions like God, she has enemies too.
God herself, yeah.
Yeah.
Like anytime you want to, that will always work as like a like boom, here it is card.
Yeah.
Like no matter how many times, like I think there's an Ariana Grande song that has that. But like you throw like God as a woman in, and it's just like boom.
I love
like,
it.
Yeah.
I yeah, because like I don't know. We're not gonna get into fucking religion here, but like
Let's talk about religion and gender stuff.
yeah. Two white dudes are definitely qualified.
Other thing with the song, I didn't get it until I actually looked into it. But the line "My Lucifer is lonely"
Yeah.
about like
That was a
the
cool
angel
line.
and devil on your shoulder, and like the angel's just gone. I was like, oh my god, that's smart.
It's good. Yeah, I was actually gonna bring up that song too because like that has like a bunch of cool, quick little one-liners. But yeah, I mean, I also really enjoyed. When the Party's Over.
Yeah, that's a great ballad.
It is a cool ballad. Just like the whole song has just got some cool like. I mean, it also just like it's relatable because I've been there. I'm
Yeah.
just like I don't want to talk to you. Just call me when just like. Just when everything's like calmed down, like,
Interesting. Okay, because the vibe I got it from it was like when you like you just like step out of a party and like you go outside and all of a sudden it's just like silent
yeah,
and you're just like in that space and maybe you're on the ride home or whatever, but like it's just that flip of just like everything's gone. Like, there's just like cups all over the floor. Maybe everyone's left and you're hosting, but like just that feeling of like it's done.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. That's what it was for me.
No, for sure. But yeah, all good girls go to. Wait, what is it? It's
All the good girls
go to hell. That song has got like line after line after line, and then it's funny because then you look at a song like Bad Guy, which is like,
lyrics are fine.
Lyrics are fine, but they don't cut nearly as deep.
No, and you know it's a different kind of subject matter. But
Yeah.
I also want to point out "Wish You Were Gay."
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Was that lovely idea for a song.
Yeah.
Of just like, you don't like me. Can you just be like gay so like that makes sense? Like,
Yeah.
I can just blame it on that.
Yeah, for real.
And then the counting down, that was so good.
I also want to shout out that I just got a kick of My Strange Addiction, and there's all the quotes of The Office just like thrown in there.
No, Billy, I haven't done that dance since my wife died.
Dude,
like, what a way to start a song.
It's so good. It's almost in the same like kind of avenue of like, damn son, where'd you find this?
No, even just good stuff that she wrote in there. Like, should have taken a break, not an Oxford comma.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
yeah, I noticed that too.
A grammar pun? Are you kidding?
I was like, wait, this isn't Vampire Weekend. Who the fuck are you?
And then, of course, anytime you have like that break kind of thing where it's pretty cool, right? And then it goes right back in. Anytime you do that, I'm like, let's fucking go. That's it.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, like lyrics, sometimes I get too caught up in the harmonies that I'm not paying attention to the lyrics, because like, I don't know. Sometimes I like what I'm hearing so much that like,
yeah, because this again, like the production here is just
it
this
just
monolith
sounds
to the
good.
album. Yeah,
it just on a bass line.
Did
like,
you listen with speakers or headphones?
Headphones, a little half and half.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did both, and like it's not just like they have this new. It's basically a new sound. It reminds me of like when dubstep came out. Of just like, here's this new sound you haven't heard it before.
I don't think it's that new. I mean, I know what you're saying, and I agree to an extent. But like, this reminds me of just kind of like, so I mean, this sucks because like this was like an influence I was gonna have, and now he's kind of like a dirtbag, which fucking sucked. Marilyn Manson.
Oh,
you know?
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
But like, I mean, we're just strictly talking just sound here. The character he's like, yeah, I don't know. We're not gonna get into that.
I do love the memes of like, you know, like moms in their 50s and 60s. Like, I
told
was
you,
right.
told
He
you
was
a
awful.
fucking
It's like,
dick.
yeah.
But I will say this: the sound of that, just like creepy, eerie, low high harmony, like very vocally,
Very
like,
well put.
Yeah.
Very well put.
So like that was one. I'd even say some 9 Inch Nails with a little more beat to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I'm glad you have all this because I could not think of influences for whatever reason.
I mean, but overall,
it's
very her though. Like these are kind of not hitting the mark close as I wanted to.
Every little bit she took from somewhere else, she twisted it into her own, and then put all those new pieces together to make another new piece. You know?
Because like, I don't know, it's very much her own sound. And it's cool, and like it's hard to describe because I think it's why people really like it. It's because it's not really well done. No, sorry, not
done often.
Not done often.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And the song Zanny. Do you know what the inspiration was for it?
No.
They wanted it to sound how you feel in secondhand smoke.
That's pretty fucking tight.
What kind of like no one would think of like, I'm gonna make a song that makes you feel like that.
Yeah.
It's so like specific. I love it.
You know, and it's like I was like this weird, when I was growing up, I was like in this weird gray area where like I was drinking and I was like smoking pot and I was like, you know, I was
watch out, we got a cool kid over here.
Yeah, call the Coast Guard. But like but I also I've never touched cocaine. I've never touched Xanax. I've never done any of the party drugs. I've only really in my whole life I've ever really is just smoke and drink. Buy meth. It rhymes with math. And math is good.
Mathematics.
Mathematics.
That's my new album. Check it out.
Oh my god. That's so stupid. Substitute meth teacher.
Substitute meth teacher. That's a front bottom song.
Stupid. But yeah, I mean, as far as like influences go, that's what I'm gonna say.
No, absolutely. The only thing I could think of was like that, like cult of personality, the people who just kind of take stuff over. Maybe I didn't mention it before, but like David Bowie a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that counterculture of just like I'm different, deal with it. That's all I had there. I wrote oof in my notes
Why?
because I couldn't think of anything. It was just
stop.
a
We're
oof.
good.
You want to get into the album cover or stuff you didn't like?
Let's do album cover and then stuff we didn't like.
Okay. I don't have that many feelings about the album cover. It is iconic. I love how it's simple but perfectly sums up the like, what the fuck is this kind of feeling?
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good.
It's a good. It remind here. Let me get the exact album. Hang on. Oh, duh! Is it seriously just Black Sabbath?
So you're gonna edit out all that racist stuff, or you're gonna leave it?
Yeah. Is it? Oh yeah. So I'm stupid. I don't know why. So the album honestly reminds me of the album just called Black Sabbath with that really creepy woman like in the front. You know,
the witch in the forest.
yeah, and
The
it's
broken
really
down mill.
eerie.
Yeah.
It has to me because it's just like, I mean, obviously creepy looking girl, just like
Yeah. I like it because it's kind of like welcome to my world.
yeah,
You know, like the Black Sabbath one feels like you found this shit. Like you're just out on a walk. Like what the hell did I walk into? Her, it's just like here's this view into my mind, and this is just what you're gonna like. This is what this album is, and it's very much just like I don't know, welcome in.
yeah.
And it just I don't think we mentioned it, but the song "Bury a Friend."
Actually, I do want to talk about that.
Dude, it's from the perspective of the monster under the bed.
It's pretty cool.
Come on.
So here's the thing. As a song, I'm not the biggest fan of that song.
Really?
As a song, now hold the phone.
Okay.
As a fucking music video, holy shit.
That's the one with the needles and the
Yes, I fucking love the music video, and it makes me love the song.
Yeah. When she's like, when she's going down the hallway and like the thing rotates
Oh my
and the
god,
whole hallway
It's-
rotates, but like
it's
she's
seriously just like you can tell someone who like just got their degree in like cinematography, just like let's have a fucking field day.
who's the guy that did the horror movie that we watched with like the Hale Payman?
Eggers?
Huh?
Yeah, Eggers. Something
No,
like-
Avi Arad, is that it?
What? You talking about Hereditary, dog?
Yeah. Who did
He
Hereditary?
also did The Witch. Oh wait, no, he didn't. Did he? Hang on.
Hereditary director.
Ari Aster.
Ari Aster. Yes, it's very Ari Aster-esque of like on edge, uncomfortable, but not like cheesy. It's like a new type of horror.
Yeah, it's very. So that was my first. That was actually how I first saw Billie Eilish.
Yes.
It wasn't Bad Guy. It was Bury a Friend, and it was that music video. And I've seen pictures, and I've seen like GIFs, and I've seen Billie Eilish around. But once again, I was like, oh, she's a pop artist. I don't want.
Yeah, you just write
I'm
it
like,
off, like,
whatever. And then I saw the music video because it just kind of popped up, and and the thumbnail looked kind of interesting. And I was like, fuck it, why not? And then I watched it, and then I watched it again. And then I watched it a third time because I was like, I just picked up on new stuff every time, and I love horror movies.
Oh yeah.
And like, the music video makes the song, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Like
Okay,
and like so
that's-
I like the song because I saw the music video, which
okay.
is a very rare occurrence. But the music video was because it's almost meant to be in a video. It's like
Yeah, I can see that.
just even like the beats where it's just like dun 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 dun. It's like that is like almost like dance like blocking, and like you're meant to like watch that and hear it at the same time.
Yeah. No,
So-
absolutely. Absolutely,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Very cool music video. Highly recommend.
I'll put it in the description.
If you like loved the music video for fucking Bad Guy, you're gonna be disappointed because it's a very different video. Another fantastic music video was also When the Party's Over. Very simple.
I watch
very
that one?
fucking weird. She literally just singing to the camera, white background, drinks a glass of
No,
black
not that
liquid.
one. Oh.
And just black liquid just coming out of her eyes and her mouth and her nose, and it looks. You're trying to think, how did they do this?
How'd they do it?
How do they do it? I honestly, and I watch a lot of like editing. I watch a lot of like special effects stuff. I watch a lot of practical effects stuff. The only thing I could think of is like that there's like something in her eye that like it's almost like a pellet, maybe. I don't know.
But it comes straight from her, like.
Yeah,
it can't be CG,
and
right?
Because
it stains her clothes too.
No, like it could be CG.
But then, like when she smears it too, like it looks so.
I
real.
know, like, but like, so I'm guessing. If anyone knows, by the way, comment because we don't know. So
that'd be really cool to find out.
Yeah, that would be honestly super interesting to find out. I think it's a mix of special and practical. Because you're right, because the smearing.
That's what always works. That mix of practical.
Yeah, that's the best part. Because like, I mean, yeah. Trust, yeah, I love that shit. But that's another cool music video. But definitely what takes the cake is Bury Your Friend's music video. So fucking cool. So creepy. Her like blackened out eyes and she's underneath the bed and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think that one does take cake. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good music video. That was so cool. Really enjoyed that one.
Do you want to each do our best impersonation of Billie at the beginning?
Oh geez, like when she's like,
no, just sorry. When what's the guy's name? I had it written down. Magic of editing. Mecky Rain, the really deep voice guy.
Isn't he just like Billy,
Billy?
It's
such a great way to start. He's just like, hey, and then they just go into it.
Billy. It's like Chris, like boy.
Some would say that this influenced the. Oh wait, no, this album came out maybe after that game. I don't know. God of War was 2018. This was 19, but the song might.
You're about to make a joke about how this inspired God of War.
I don't know. Maybe.
The campers are leaving, Brian.
God of War Ragnarok featured to have Billie Eilish in it. She's a Norse god.
God of War Ragnarok?
Yeah, it's the next one.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
There's too much Ragnarok shit going on.
Maybe it's not.
There's Assassin's Creed Ragnarok.
No, there's Valhalla.
Thor. Oh.
That was a code name for it. But yeah, Thor kind of took the cake for sure. I'm talking about cake a lot.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that was like your 5th cake reference.
Anybody else like cake?
What's your favorite cake? This is the 59th annual cake talk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite cake?
Oh, favorite cake? Carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake. I'm healthy.
I'm a fucking Easter bunny every fucking day of the year. I like carrot cake. And I got any fucking carrot cake.
Do you want to just say your favorite cake so we can get back into it?
I don't like cake. I'm more of a pie guy.
You need to edit that out so people actually like us. Disgusting.
I'm a 3.14 whore.
Oh my god. Here's some. Speaking of video games, I did want to reference this. "Wish You Were Gay" feels to me like it belongs on the BioShock soundtrack.
I agree.
It was got that creepy Hollywood, like 1950s Art Deco feel, but just with that underlying like the clapping editing.
Yep.
How is it the first time I heard that? At the end when everyone's like clapping, it's woo, and you can just see it all like slow down and like swirl into itself. I'm like, that's like a black hole of clapping sounds, and I've never heard that done before.
It's really cool. Phineas knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, all right, want to talk about what we didn't like?
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
What didn't you like?
Okay. Small thing, the breakdown in Bad Guy, not a fan of it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either.
It's an interesting choice. It's cool that they didn't just do the chorus again and then wrap it up, you know? Like, good for you for being different. But, you know, it is the catchiest creepy song ever written, I think.
I don't think it's creepy at all. I think it's funny.
Bad Guy?
I think it's a funny song.
But,
it's like pop and I think it's good.
But like the lyrics of it all, like it's not like super creepy. It's not like sleep paralysis demon or anything. But like she just gives you that vibe of just like, oh, like I'm gonna stay away from that person.
Yeah. I get that.
But the breakdown is just like, all right, whatever. But I think the end of the album is a drop off. And I'm not saying it's like the Enron stocks just like into the ground.
Yeah,
you know?
It's just like she wasn't fucking around when she said goodbye. Like that was a fucking I don't know.
The whole like it's a ride. It's the only reason you notice it is because the start is so front heavy.
Yeah,
and so many albums are built that way. But like Bad Guy at the start, wonderful way to kick the door down. And like here we are. You should see me in a crown. All the girls go to hell. Wish you were gay. Like it's
See Me
all
in a Crown was I didn't even talk about that. That's
Yeah.
a great song too.
yeah.
I did like that one.
Content matter, no lyrics. It's just like not on the same level. But like beat wise,
Beatwise is cool.
it's a good party song.
I agree.
And like it slows down in the middle with like "Wish You Were Gay" when the party's over. Kind of builds back a little bit up with 8 and everything, and then into "Strange Addiction," and that all works. And then after "Bury a Friend," that's like another like 10 pull I think of the album, right? You get to "Ilo Milo," and it's a cool like if you've ever played the game Celeste, it's like this 8-bit climbing a mountain thing, and like it's very like there's themes of like depression and like self-help and all that, and like at night with the snowfall, and like it's got that same feel to it. It sounds a little 8-bitty, but then it just all slows down. Listen Before I Go, I Love You, Goodbye, and each time it just kind of winds itself down.
Yeah.
And I get that they're going for that, so like it makes sense artistically. I get it. It's just not what I would want. If they took out "Listen Before I Go," and what did I say to do after that? If they took out "Listen Before I Go" and put "Bury a Friend" after "Ilo Milo," I think that would work. Because you'd have the
Like a little breakup. Just,
you start
just
high,
something.
you go low, you build back up to "Bury a Friend," and then just "I love you, goodbye" at the end, and that's all you need.
Yeah. No, I actually like. So me and Brian did an episode 0, and where we just talked about an album that it was a camp album, and we talked like briefly about how you can have strong structure within an album and how that's important. You don't want, personally, I don't want 3 super either fast or slow songs in a row with an album of this kind of variety. Because then I feel like it's all just getting like segmented and like
Make it dynamic, yeah.
yeah, like I want
Unless that's the like if the album's a block and it's nonstop the whole way through, then cool, do
then
that.
like whatever, but the last 3 songs, yeah, they're very much like, because like at this point I'm kind of like, all right, I might turn off the album at this point because I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
What you need to
I'm
do is
weird.
you need to put dessert near the end there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it-
I agree. You fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
You should have put "Bury a Friend" somewhere in the end there.
So when you flip the album, you're like, do I really want to listen to side B? And you're like, well, I can
Yes.
listen to this and cut it off,
Yeah.
but I'll listen through those so I can get to Barry.
I had a
like,
nickel for every time I love side A, and then I'm like, all right, time to flip, and I'm like, or hear me out, we just listen to side A again, and then you just do that, and you're like, I listened to the same side twice. That's an album. Okay, I just listened to the album, and then you just miss out on some cool songs. But I agree though.
And all this is coming from the perspective of like, no album is perfect. Like it makes sense to like understand that everybody's human, and this was made in a goddamn bedroom. So like, I get it. This is nitpicking for sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm also just kind of grasping straws at the situation, just being like, and because the album itself is good.
Yeah.
Ilo,
Ilo Milo. Which
Ilo
did you
Milo.
know where the title came from?
no.
It's an old game for phone and like Xbox like 360 where the goal is to make these 2 characters meet. And I think they're like in a relationship, and you just have to at the end of the game they finally like connect.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like a co-op game.
I gotta remember how it goes. Hang on. Nah, yeah, this was okay. Yeah, Ilo Milo was okay. Like, it wasn't terrible. It just, I was just kind of like, It was very gray for me.
I like the like 8-bit sounds of it.
Listen Before I Go, I Love You.
Goodbye.
No, Goodbye. I don't know. I don't even put Goodbye and the 7 exclamation points is like even like an option.
I see you the 7 exclamation points. That's just an intro. I think that Goodbye still counts as a song because
Barely.
it's there to tie up the rest of the album, and if you yank that out, then the album doesn't work the same way it does.
Yeah, you're right. I know. I just
like if you took out the 7 exclamation points, it's still a phenomenal album and it's still
Yeah.
itself, but it needs that bow at the end to wrap it all up together.
So with 8, I like the background because it's like ukulele, and it's like that's how Billie started.
Yeah.
It was on her uke, and it's like it's a very like personal song for her. To me, it's like I think there's some cheese in there. I'm just kind of like
you know what that is? It's the song "House of Gold" by 21 Pilots, but better.
Yeah, and I don't even like that song. So
I love that song.
Nope. But yeah, 8. I'm not a fan. I Love You was like a little too slow for me. And I don't mind slow songs. Like like before this is over, we'll talk about our one favorite song off this album.
I have to pick one. Shit.
Yeah, I know. So, which I have, but the slower stuff I'm not the hugest fan of, because Bad Guy honestly is so fucking catchy, so fucking fun. If I have a song I want to get out of my head, I will literally think of Bad Guy, and that will consume the song that's originally stuck in my head, because I know how to get rid of Bad Guy when I want to.
I feel like they like Phineas or her sat down at the piano, do it, and they're like, okay, we got an album. I can make so much out of that. Like,
it's so fucking good. I love that song. It's so fucking catchy and fun. Like the whole thing, like with that's so good. It's not my favorite, but it's damn close.
Absolutely. Do you want to talk about any like personal meaning or fun stories with the album?
I don't really have much with it. So the only thing I could think of with this is like, I used to sing Bad Guy all the time when I worked at a deli. And like I would like dance and like I would like cut meat while it was happening, and then like people were kind of like looking at me kind of weird. And like this isn't like a Camp Black Wax like fun little bit. Like me Jim, I used to actually do this. When the Party's Over was also kind of like a song that I really kind of gravitated towards when I was starting to kind of go through like a little change in my life, when I was like I was literally slowing down. I was partying way too much, and then I decided, I was like, you need to chill. And then when I checked out Bury a Friend, and then I heard Bad Guy, and then I heard When the Party's Over, and I don't know why, that song really stuck with me. It's just like I like it.
Yeah. Well, I remember when she did it at the Grammys.
That was awesome.
Which was, I think, like we had a friend's wedding then January of 2020, which is kind of like our capstone, I think, to the before times. Yeah. But I think the Grammys is like the major event in the world before like everything shit hit the fan. And when I remember seeing her do that, and obviously her winning other awards, but I was like, you know what? I have to actually look into her. I have to do more than just say I kind of enjoy Bad Guy, Yeah. And that convinced me. My story with it is the first time I tried to listen to her album, I was like, I'm gonna try to be young here. I'm gonna try to get what's going on in the music world.
Try to be young. You hear that? Yeah. You hear that, kids? We're gonna try to be young.
Oh boy,
my fellow duders.
How old is your camp counselor? Well, let's just say he's seen 4 decades of fun. I am not 40. But
do you all remember the war?
The War of 1812. I was there.
I was there.
That's how I'm gonna build that turret. I've done it before. Fought off those fucking Frenchies,
Frenchies.
But I was at Planet Fitness working out, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to this album. Do not listen to this album as you work out. No. Bad Guy works well enough. Zanny, I was like, I can't do this. I just can't. This is not gonna work.
No, there's a lot of songs in here that you cannot work out to. There's no way.
No. Great album, works for a lot of things. Does not work for that.
That's interesting though. But yeah, I mean, overall, so I guess
overall thoughts and all that.
Yeah. What's your ranking on this?
Okay, so I have a lot of things. Do you want me to give you the ranking or like?
I'm sorry, we're gonna backtrack. What is your favorite song?
Favorite song? You go first.
It's no surprise. I kind of talked about it like a lot. When the Party's Over is my favorite song off this album.
It's
beautiful. It's like, it's nice and short. It's to the point. Those beginning harmonies are like so fucking like siren-esque. It's so fucking cool. Like, I really like When the Party's Over. Music video is cool. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Good pick. And it's kind of funny that we're gonna both pick like ballads, but I'm gonna go with "Wish You Were Gay." I think that's my favorite.
"Wish You Were Gay" was pretty good. I like that one too. My opinion, "I Love You" and "8" are the weaker ones in my opinion. I mean, lyrically, "I Love You" is there. It's just a little too slow for me. 8, I'm not a fan of the sound, but that's just me.
That's fair.
Once again, and like we preface this, like, this album is good.
Yeah,
it's a good album.
If you get an A on everything, and then some things are like B's, it's slower, but
it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Listen Before I Go is my lowest point of the album.
Yeah, I agree with that one too.
But maybe I'll just get like massively depressed and listen to it. Maybe I'll have
there
a
you
revelation.
go.
I can make that happen.
So, what is your ranking?
What do you mean? Well, let me put some like preface stuff for like this. Like, I recommend it for anybody that's wanting to stay up to date with like new stuff. And if you're looking for something dark or like maybe the edge of uncomfortable is a good way to phrase it. I really like the album. I'm super excited to see where she goes. It's cool how in this album she does ballads and bangers. She's able to do both very well. So I'm going to give it a solid 312 out of 341 things to make me feel just a little old.
All right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I also, the recommendations, Brian, you fucking nailed it. Like, looking for something a little odd. If you're definitely more into like maybe alternative rock and you kind of want to dip your toes in maybe some pop that you're not going to totally hate, definitely check out Billie Eilish. I'm going to give this 91 out of 105 kids taking CBD gummies to try out their first drug experience while listening to this song at Coachella.
Those CBD gummies,
man. But yeah, overall, terrific album.
Absolutely.
I think we're starting out strong with this. This is good. Campers, you got your homework. It's like the one cool thing we have at camp here is like every bedside has a record player, but it's the one you have to turn yourself.
The old gramophone.
Yeah, because we got a sick deal on them. So,
and by that we went through miles of the dump.
Dump, and we some of them were from museums. There's broken glass in.
I'm
like,
not
the horn
welcome back
part.
at the Louvre. That's why I don't like the French.
Nope. Yep. You hear that, France?
I do want to say a shout out to the Interrupters and their ska cover of Bad Guy.
Oh my god.
That song, it works with it. You know it does. When that trombone comes in with the little melody there.
I also forget what his name is. Oh man, he's a Scottish artist.
Ooh.
Also, he's poppy. He's good. Same kind of. He's good. I like him, but he's a little more poppy in my opinion. Let me look at this up really quick.
While he's looking it up, shout out here. Make sure you tweet at Weird Al. We need a Bad Bye cover of this song.
Bad Bye.
Bad Bye. He just sings about stuff that he bought that he regrets.
Bad Bye. Oh my god.
It's a bad bye. Dude.
Dude. Oh my god. I'm gonna give up on this.
Okay.
If you guys. If you guys know who I'm talking about, he's like this Scottish singer who does "When the Party's Over." It's a really good cover. I'm totally Lewis Capaldi. Is that his fucking name?
Louis Capaldi is an artist for sure. I'll look and see if I can find it, and I'll put it in the
I might be
description.
wrong. Fuck it. I'm tired. So what was the question?
Like, you remember when we were doing the camp episode, and I was like, you were like, I don't know if this song's for them. I was like, who should have done it? So like, can you think of any like covers that you want or like anything like that?
I think honestly, like with the hit success of Miley Cyrus, I think that she can nail some of these covers.
Okay, I can see that.
Something along that line.
Shout out to her last album from 2020. It was really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind like something like off the wall fucking crazy like Metallica or something like because like they're dark, you know. But
yeah.
I don't know. I would definitely say Miley Cyrus. I would say Metallica's just more of like a joke kind of deal. But like
I love when you take like that. That makes no sense, but sure,
like,
do
fuck
it.
it. Sure.
What happens?
Yeah. Oh, dude. I would love. I don't know if they did. So there's this duo called Rodrigo and Gabriela, which we are going to probably cover them because they're fantastic. If they did they might have actually done a cover of Bad Guy. I think they actually did. But if they didn't, they have to.
Yeah, I can see that.
So they would be awesome.
If you don't know him, Spanish guitar and just that
Insane.
flamenco, like it's real.
It's so good.
That's
I love
some damn
them
good
so
artistry.
much. Very talented. But yeah, my big one would be like Miley Cyrus and Rodrigo and Gabriela.
Okay. I'm thinking My Strange Addiction, but like someone folky, like Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band.
Okay.
I think they could make that work.
All right. I could definitely see that. That's a thing. But yeah. All right. Anything else, Brian?
We can get to the wrap up, but like on the album itself, I got nothing else.
No, me
That's all
neither.
I've got.
Well, you really hope you enjoyed our take, campers, on this.
Oh, you know what? I do have one last question.
Okay, never mind.
When we fall asleep, Jim, where do we go?
When we fall asleep, we actually enter into this void dimension where we all become into like one giant, like as you kind of put it earlier, like a coleslaw of a being. and then we all experience each other's experiences in real time at the same time, but it all ends up us being in a cafeteria somewhere near Boise, Idaho, where we all just talk about chocolate milk, and then Top Gun is playing on a VHS projector somewhere in front of us.
That's the universal human dream. Everyone has that dream.
Yeah, everyone has that dream.
That's self-actualization.
Also,
right
there's shadow people everywhere.
Yes, the shadow people, of course.
They serve the coleslaw. Their little cute little pink frilled aprons.
Oh my god. Do you want to know what
Yeah, go for it. I'm waiting.
You remember the show Dragon Tales?
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's where... Really? I have this long fucking elaborate answer, and you just say Dragon Tales.
Am I wrong?
Billie Eilish would not fit in Dragon Tales.
It doesn't matter. She's wrong. That's where we go when we fall asleep, man. We don't want to go to these, like, when the party's over and, like, rooftop singing with ambulances in the back. No, it's just Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales. It's all Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales. I don't know any other words to think.
Dragon Tales. Everyone take my hand and let's all go to Dragon.
Nailed it.
like that was my impression of like a Billie Eilish. Like
that actually
weird.
would work.
Yeah, it would work. But all right, dude. Anything else?
I can get to the wrap up and so let's
wrap it up, baby.
All right, so make sure to follow us on Instagram if you already don't do that at Camp Blackwax. We're there. We post stuff. We'll be notified of every time we post an episode and see pictures of us and maybe some song recommendations. I'll be doing like New Music Fridays and everything, so check us out there. If you're looking to purchase the record, I put some links in the description. We were just talking about how this is an ironic album to pick because I can't find it in black. So it's Camp Rainbow Wax.
Wax for today.
Everything. Glow in the dark, orange, green, yellow, red. Like if you want this album in a different color, you got it. So I'll have all those there. The next episode is coming out on March 15th. We got a very fun album picked for that.
Do you wanna kind of give them a heads up so they have time to listen to it?
Ooh.
I think we should do that.
Give everybody. Yeah, let's see how that works. Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
so next album we're going to be going over. It's a little more. It's not terribly underground. It's not terribly unknown. But if you never really delved into indie rock, you may not know this album. But I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it. It is Vida Noir by Lord Huron.
Absolutely,
we're going to be taking a dive into it. It's so fucking good. I'm so excited.
Another hit from 2019, but in a very, very different way.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, so make sure you listen up and do your homework, and then you'll be able to enjoy the episode even more.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, be on the lookout for a Merit Badge episode, one of the 2021 album reviews coming from me. That should be out before the 15th.
All right, cool. Right on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all right, campers, time to head off to bed in your little. I know it's 4 p.m., but time to go to bed because I'm tired of looking at all of you.
You need to go.
You need to go now, and also watch out for the convict tribesmen on the way there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make sure to invest in your 401ks.
I almost want to end it there. I legit almost want to end it there. I'll edit the pause down a little bit.
Yeah.
And make sure you invest in your 401k. And then just end it.